There is rain in the area, but we've been given the go-ahead to get this one started. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Colorado Rockies and the Atlanta Braves. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Mike Soroka, the right-hander from Canada, will be the starting pitcher. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, in this day and age where we're used to seeing a lot of home runs and pitchers not going very deep in a game, how about this guy? ERA in the low ones. That's not an easy thing to do. He can strike people out, but he can also get them out via the ground ball, the fly ball. Judging by his stats this year, he is having a ridiculously good season up to this point.
Guys, one of D-Row's former employers, the Braves, as they begin play here this afternoon. They come in trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
Yeah, Matty V. And you know one thing you don't want to do here, D-Row, you've been on some good teams, not to lose focus at this point of the year, to keep the big picture in sight, because there is a postseason lurking, and it's so easy to get ahead of yourselves and not take the rest of the schedule serious.
I think the nice thing for this team is that they won the division. They will, for whatever happens, get a 5-game series. It's not that one-game wild card, win or go home. This team can prepare themselves to battle and try and win 3 out of 5.
So he gets the swinging strikeout on the changeup. Raimel Tapia is retired to kick off the inning. In now, number 9. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He comes in with 16 home runs on the season so far. Rolled slowly down the third baseline. Throw is not going to be in time to get him, and somehow he's going to wind up with an infield. Hold on here, though. That was really a close play, so they're checking to see if they want to challenge that safe call. Now the indication from the dugout, and they will use a challenge here. So we'll see what the replay operations center in Manhattan has to say about it.
The Braves have elected to challenge the
Okay, one more look at it here. Is there enough evidence to overturn this call? I think there is. Looks to me like the ball beat him to first. I think this is a good challenge.
Okay, umpires look ready, and off comes the headset, and he's out. So the original call is overturned, and it ends up being a well-used challenge there.
Upon video review, the call it safe at first base has been overturned, and the batter ruled out.
So that'll bring up C.J. Cron. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. And he fouls this one off. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging, and that's the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. And now the Braves will get their initial shot here. No score. John Gray is on the mound for the Rockies in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
One of the things that jumps out if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go of that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. As he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. These Rockies guys, they've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Hey, thanks, Matt. You know what, D-Roy, you got to give this team a lot of credit. They're on the outside looking in on the postseason picture, but boy, they're playing out the string and they're playing out well. They're going to play this thing all the way to the end of the season.
You know, Dan, I can't speak for the pitcher side of it, but I have never been on a team, win, lose, or draw, whether I was going to the postseason or not, that had players that gave away at bats. You just will not see it at this level.
And there's one down now.
Batting second, the center fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
So the next to bat will be Ronald Acuna. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. First pitch of the AB on its way. The windup and the 0-1. Fastball just misses. That's ball one. Two and one. One out, nobody on. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
They know the threat this guy poses at the plate. I know it's a 3-1 in this situation right here, but I cannot believe for the life of me this pitcher is going to come anywhere near the middle of the zone.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. And it's full now, 3-2.
He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1. So now we've got a battle on our hands.
Bases are empty, one man out. He jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. He gets under it and makes the catch in the deep part of the field. Now to the plate, here is Freddie Freeman looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And that swung on and missed for strike one.
Great job by the pitcher right there to pull the string. He knew he had an aggressive hitter at the plate, somebody who was sitting on fastball and ready to do damage, and he was able to slow him down right there and get him off balance.
A ball and a strike now to the Braves first baseman. Here it comes on 1-1. Lifted in the air to shallow center field. In there, a base hit.
Hey, there's a nice knock by the 3-hole hitter. I know there's 2 outs, but they always say with your man coming up, the number 4-hole monster, as soon as he steps in the batter's box, there's a runner in scoring position.
Into the box, Austin Riley. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
First offering on its way.
1-0.
The 1-0 home.
Put that in the memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
And this is taken for a called strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now. And the pitch is off the catcher's glove as it rolls away, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Lifted down the line in left. And that's in there. Base hit. Long throw to third. But too late, and he's safe at third.
Well, D-Roll, that looked like a pretty easy inning to start. All of a sudden, 2 outs and back-to-back singles. Runners at first and third.
Yeah, they put traffic on him. I guess I would throw it back at you, Dan. You get 2 quick outs right there, and then you get 2 base hit knocks. Are you even concerning yourself with the...
And we'll just leave it there as they make the play to end the inning. 2 left for Atlanta, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. Back now from Truist Park, second inning coming up, but first, here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I am hearing that heavier rain is expected to pass through the ballpark at some point later in the game. The umpiring crew would, of course, like to get this one in uninterrupted, but it is possible that we could be looking at some sort of a delay if they determine the weather is impacting the play on the field.
All right, Heidi, thanks. We'll hope for the best, of course, but guys, you have to assume these players are probably going to be impacted by this weather at least a little.
Yeah, Matty, 100% it's going to be bothersome. They're going to have to watch their spikes. They're going to have to maybe gather themselves to get that extra grip on the baseball. But from a position player standpoint, You just can't lose focus. Starting pitchers are the ones that are going to have the most problems with it.
Brendan Rodgers is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning. 1-0. Now here's the pitch. Ball hit out to Albies at second base. He's got it. Bo is in time for the first out of the second.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 24, Ryan McMahon.
Striding in is Ryan McMahon. First pitch of the AB on its way. Grounded back up the middle. On to Freeman at first, and there are two away now. So next to bat will be Elias Diaz, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. First pitch coming. Here it is. No balls and one strike. No score here as we play inning number 2. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game, the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull it.
But we'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning now, and standing in is the veteran outfielder Jorge Soler.
The left fielder, Jorge Soler.
First pitch on its way, and it's fouled away. And it's 1-1. So let's take a peek at the officiating crew in this one. Behind the plate is Kenny Jansen.
Hey, the book on Kenny Jansen, D-Road, not a very big zone, but he will give you that low pitch below the knees.
Yeah, and he's consistent. You're okay with that as an offensive player. He wants to give that pitch below the knees. If this pitcher can execute consistently, you better make the adjustment.
The 1-2. And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Fool him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
Travis d'Arnaud is at the plate as he watches ball 1. Bottom of the second here with no score. Now a swing and a fly ball. Blackmon on the move. And no one will track it down. Individual matchup numbers against John Gray. He's just 1 for 6. Hit in the air down the right field line. Blackmon's after it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
That's shortstop.
Dansby Swanson lining up to hit. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. Fouled away. The 1-1. The 2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. 2-2. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. Down in order go the Braves. We'll move to the third with no score.
going back to Truist Park, home of the Braves, who have proven to have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball this year. Coming into the day, they ranked first in the league in both ERA and strikeouts, a combination that has opposing lineups searching for answers. One member of the staff told me, "It's a special group of guys. I've never been on a pitching staff that's so dominant top to bottom, and I've been on some pretty good ones." Now, one of the hitters on the team told me, "I'm relieved I get to stand behind them and play defense instead of staring them down to the box. That can't be fun." Matt, back to you.
Thank you, Heidi. Pitch on the way. Trevor Story stands in as he looks at ball one here.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
A ball and a strike to Trevor Story. The 1-1 home. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike two.
There's the heavy sinker right there. What makes that pitch so difficult to hit is not only does it change eye levels, it actually changes plane. You go to hit it at one position, and it's 6 to 8 inches dropping off the table and chasing your hands.
Hit out towards second. And there's the first hit of the game for Colorado.
I don't know what side of the fence I fall on, boys. Old school, new school. I think I kind of stand right along that fence. But one thing that gets me jacked up is watching guys grind down an account and drive base hits the other way.
And that'll bring in Charlie Blackmon, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Coming down in buckets, cats and dogs, insert metaphor here, and the forecast is not showing any signs of relief.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
Grounded softly down the line toward first. But this is going to be a foul ball, as that keeps things at 2-2. Belted high and deep into right center. Acuna is on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out number 1. So now the pitcher, John Gray. This is a textbook sacrifice situation, so let's see if that's the call. Now here's the first offering. Bunt attempt is popped into foul ground, and good awareness behind the plate as he'll make the quick basket catch for the second out.
Now batting.
Up next, Raimel Tapia looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0. Runners off for second. Strike taken to throw. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. Trying to move into scoring position with 2 away, but not to be as we get another look. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon Business Person Special following this. ready to go for the last half of the inning. And Mike Soroka will bat next.
Mike Soroka.
Now the first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
So up steps Ozzie Albies. Fouled off. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that misses 1-1. Albies just rakes left-handed pitching. There's no real way to dispute that. However, he's not nearly as proficient when facing pitching from the right side. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And the slider gets him swinging, 2 gone.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Junior.
And here's Ronald Acuna Jr. now. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play. 2 outs already on the K this inning, so he'll be looking to do better. The windup and the 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
1-2, here it comes. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. And a great inning here as he gets another punch out and strikes out this side in order. Braves are set down 1-2-3. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. New inning set to get underway, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Raimel Tapia.
The old adage, pitching and defense have been stellar so far. They've certainly kept both offenses in check.
Little chopper back to the mound. Throw to first in time, 1 gone here in the 4th. Ready now is number 9. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch on its way. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
Not shocked by their aggressive nature at the plate today, but they got to change their MO if they're going to compete in this one.
Here's the 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Oh, looked like he was towing an anchor there. 1-2.
Man, this pitcher is on right now, pounding the zone, attacking these hitters. He's making it look easy.
And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Here's C.J. Cron now as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. One and 1 to the Rockies' first baseman. No runs, just 1 hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Fastball called strike. 1-2. Popped up, and this is going to be a foul ball. Another 1-2 delivery. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Now the pitch. This is to right field and deep off the bat of Freeman. Blackman looking up. Gone! A solo home run off the bat of Freddie Freeman. Number 21 for him on the season. As the Braves get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
At the plate, Austin Riley. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swung on and missed. 1-1.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. A good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
1 run on 3 hits and no errors so far for Atlanta. Hit on the ground to third. McMahon fields it cleanly. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning. Next, it'll be Eddie Rosario. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Looks like that bomb earlier in the inning kind of put this pitcher on the defensive. Not being very aggressive right now.
And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in, and then get right back outside. Nice pitch.
And he wouldn't have made contact with that one with an or. It's 2-2.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
And he fouls this one off.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
And it's fouled away.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Flat out locked him up with the changeup right there. Usually you're trying for a swing and miss when you throw that pitch in a 2-strike count, but clearly he wasn't looking for it, so it's a backwards K for him.
Jorge Soler is in for the second time now as he looks at a ball inside. 1-0. Struck out in his first at-bat. That evens it up. 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. swing and a miss. Good sinking action there. 1-2.
Hey, I got to commend him a little bit. Leadoff homer, and now he's one pitch away from getting out of this inning without any further damage.
Fouled away. And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. I get it, I got it, I'm good. I'm about it. Braves able to tack on another courtesy of the solo shot. We're through 4. It's now 1-0 Atlanta. I'm with it, I get it, I got it, I'm good. You dig it? Welcome back to Truist Park just outside Atlanta as we send it down to check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's offensive output to this point. And he was pretty blunt in saying they're just not having very good at-bats. They've only managed 1 base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
Thank you, Heidi.
The second baseman.
All set for the start of the inning, and that'll bring up Brendan Rodgers. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets ahead 0-1.
Man, this guy's been incredibly efficient so far in this one, mostly because he's getting ahead. 70% of the batters he's faced, he's thrown the first pitch strike to.
And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
Hit on the ground out to short. Swanson scoops it up. And an offline throw, but boy, look at him stretch out and keep the foot on the bag. Great concentration there for the first out. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Next to hit, Ryan McMahon. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, Matty, and it looked like a sinker in his last AB that got him to roll over. Kind of similar situation right here. Similar stuff on the mound. Look for them to try and get him to do exactly the same thing as his last AB. He's got to fight to get it elevated just a little bit more.
The 0-1 pitch. Here's ball 1 now to the Rockies' third baseman. It's 1-1. Hit hard to third. And he whiffs on it as this ball's right under his glove.
Wow, I'm not sure how, but it looks like he didn't even touch this thing. Might have been thinking about throwing the ball before he actually caught it. The game moves fast, but you have to do one thing at a time.
Elias Diaz the next to hit. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Swung on and missed. 1-1.
This offense has just been flailing at the plate all game long, so it's no wonder why they've only been able to pick up 1 hit so far. I'm not seeing much of a game plan from these hitters.
The 1-1 home. This is in the air to left. There to pull it in is Soler, and there are 2 away. So 2 are gone in the Rockies' half of the 5th. And in to hit next, shortstop Trevor Story. First offering on its way. '50th pitch of the game on its way. McMahon, the runner at first with 2 gone. breaking ball called just a bit low. Did well just to make contact there as he spoils off a good changeup. And a slider swung on and missed, and the side is retired. Rockies strand one. They still trail 1-0. Set now for the bottom of the fifth, and up next the catcher Travis d'Arnaud.
The catcher, Travis d'Arnaud.
And now the first pitch. Slider laid off for a ball. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike. There's a foul ball off to the right side, and that'll move the count to 1-2. Travis d'Arnaud with an even 2-2 count now. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. The 1-0 home is taken for ball 2. 1 out, nobody on. Two and 1 the count.
Hey, that's just a great mix of pitches right there, and that's what this guy's going to do if he's going to keep this team off balance.
Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game.
He's really on a roll right now on the mound. Back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the last inning, and now he started this frame with the same story. 4 straight strikeouts in all.
Into the box, Mike Soroka. Grounded up the first baseline. And a heck of an effort over there at first, but it'll be for naught as this is a foul ball. And there's ball 1.
Hey, this guy's got to be pretty proud of what he's done so far. It's never easy to pitch on the road, but to have this kind of outing in a ballpark that is notoriously known as being hitter-friendly, it's been a treat to watch.
1-2 now to the Braves pitcher.
Wow, that's 4 straight Ks. He's knocking them down. He's looking for number 5 right here. You can tell this guy on the mound, he is pitching with a whole lot of confidence in this one.
Here comes the 1-2. Is swung on and missed, strike 3. Both teams battling the elements thus far, but we've got a tight game through 5. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon Business Person Special following this. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. They'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent today.
Yeah, I think if I'm the hitting coach right here, Matty, I'm telling the offense to get aggressive. Just seems like we've been going too deep in counts, and this guy has got exploding stuff on the mound. So I would tell them get overly aggressive on a heater in the middle of the plate early.
As he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Now a ball lined to the left side, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Now here it comes. Ran it in on him as this is bounced toward short. Swanson picks it up. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the sixth. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you can see right there, he's up near the top in the National League, currently third best. Into the box now is the Colorado pitcher, John Gray, 0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. Now here it comes. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Little hesitation right there by the batter. It was great execution by the pitcher down and away, but that looked like a late swing. Could have been sitting on something else.
And this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the sixth inning.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Standing in now, Raimel Tapia. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 1-0 home is a fastball that misses. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Outside, 3-0 now.
If I'm in the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
Now the 3-0 offering is taken, strike 1. Sinker misses, ball 4.
This is only their second base runner of the game after that earlier hit. Tough to score when you don't have anyone on base, so we'll see if they can get something going here.
Next up is number 9. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. First delivery to him as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
Hey, I know the tying run's at first right here, but if the pitcher on the mound executes, keeps the ball in play, I think good things are going to happen.
Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
Boy, this is one of those ABs you like to hit the rewind button on. Put himself in a tough spot now, hitting with 2 strikes.
And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. 1 left for Colorado. They're down 1-0. Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Stepping in, Ozzie Albies. He's grounded out and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate.
Albies.
Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. 0-1, here it comes. Fouled off. Oh, and they still have no answer for him up there. 6 straight punch-outs now, and there's 1 away. And with 1 away, we show you a look at where these guys sit in the current division race, and basically they're left with no hope.
Junior.
Stepping in once again is Ronald Acuna. He flew out his first time around and then was a strikeout victim most recently. Pitch on the way. Now he turns and smokes this one into deep center field. Tapia is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
Freddie Freeman back at the plate now, and he's been the entire offense so far with the solo homer he hit earlier. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. 2 out, nobody on. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Here comes the 1-2.
This is exactly the reason why this guy has been so successful and has played this game so long, scrambling pitch after pitch, making this guy work out on the mound.
Here now the 2-2. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Fastball well outside.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think he'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk him, so what? That's better than him putting one in the seats.
Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Chopped weakly to the left.
You can visibly see the body language of this guy on the mound is completely changed during this at-bat. 6 foul balls has to be completely frustrating him that he can't put him away.
And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one ends the inning. Down in order go the Braves, but they're on top 1-0. In now for Colorado, C.J. Cron. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
First pitch on the way. And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
Even though we're late into this ball game, this guy's velo is still top notch. This guy's a horse.
The 1-2. Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Looking up, Acuna. That one is out of here. This game is tied. A solo home run for C.J. Cron, number 28 on the season, as the Rockies pull even now at 1 apiece.
Yeah, he's been producing at the plate all year, so this should come as a surprise to nobody. But just because it's expected doesn't mean it's any less impressive. One swing, and we are tied.
Brendan Rodgers bats next. Hit back up the middle. Swanson braves it in. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out. Here's Ryan McMahon now. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
Hey, I still believe in my heart the best pitch is a well-executed fastball down and away, and that's exactly what that is. He swings at that. That's off the end of the bat. That's not hard contact at all, and that's an easy out for the defense.
And he falls behind 0-2. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
Well, pitching domination continues. Just a total of 2 runs on the board, so both of these starters should feel really good about their showings. If you love good pitching, this has been the game for you.
Into the box now, Elias Diaz. He grounds it sharply to third. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. But some late inning heroics here as this home run makes us even again. Get up and stretch. All even now at 1-1. And we're back for the bottom of the 7th as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the Braves offense with their manager Brian Snitker during the commercial break, and he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. They're struggling to drive the baseball into the gaps right now, as only one of their hits has been for extra bases. That makes it pretty tough to generate runs, but he said it's up to everyone in the lineup to make the necessary adjustments. It hasn't gone their way to this point, but that shouldn't mean they can't put together some great swings the rest of the way.
52.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Daniel Bard gets the call from the pen to take the ball for the home 7th. Last half of the 7th here, and set to go as the third baseman, Austin Riley.
Baseman, Austin Riley.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
The 3-0. And he lays off ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Wow, if that's not a strike, I don't know what is. I know these umpires have a tough job. I get it. We'll see if he gets the next borderline call or if there are any makeup calls coming up.
Stepping up is Eddie Rosario. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. Rosario behind with an 0-2 count.
Looks to me like he's trying to make adjustments pitch to pitch up there at the plate, but he's looked completely thrown off so far. Late on the first one, way out front on the second.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
Here comes the 1-2. He's taken high above the zone. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
That was another good pitch and a tough call that could have gone either way. He couldn't get him to bite on it again, so the count's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
And he fouls this one off. Payoff pitch one more time. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And that'll get down for a base hit. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead run's in scoring position now. Is still nobody out.
I know this guy isn't known for his hitting prowess, but that's a nice job right there. Getting a single on a 3-2 pitch in the middle of the zone. Grab your glove and flash some leather.
In is Jorge Soler, as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Pitch is mishandled behind the plate and it bounces away. The runners will hold, but meanwhile the count moves to 2-0. Has a look, now the pitch. Popped up. Crone is there for it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. So it's a tight spot here. First and second, one man out. And up next, the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. From the stretch, as he'll swing and miss at a first pitch slider at strike one.
The Braves have been looking for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a big time for that.
In the dirt here. Runners will stay put. However, the count evens at 1. And this one runs a little too far in. Ball 2.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball and play hard.
Now the 2-1. Is in there for strike number 2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
And it's fouled away. And that misses for ball 4. So the potential go-ahead run moves over to third now.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
So bases are loaded. Nowhere to put him with one away. And that brings up the former #1 overall pick, Dansby Swanson. First pitch coming. Here it is. Good slider there. Gets a swing and miss.
Boy, it's really fun for me watching this vet out there battling in this tough spot. We've seen him in jams like this many times before, so he has plenty of experience to be able to get out of these kind of jams. And he's thinking more about that than the task at hand, which is getting this hitter out.
Squaring to bunt, but this is a foul ball. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now.
Hey, this is a monster strikeout situation right here. A double play would be great in this situation, but I know he's going for the K. You get a 1-2 count on a guy, he's going to throw his nastiest stuff.
Has a look, now the pitch. And he jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. Raging back is Tapia. On the warning track, he makes the catch. In to score, the runner from third.
Hey, putting together good at-bats late in the games can really help out. And how about this sac fly right here? Good at-bat that leads to his team getting the lead here in the late innings.
Jock Peterson will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch pops this one up, and this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Back up the middle. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Braves will settle for just the 1. 8th inning coming up. It's the Braves 2 and the Rockies 1. Luke Jackson been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Ready to begin the 8th, and in to hit next the power-hitting shortstop Trevor Story. Third baseman hugging the line here. Now the first pitch. Wind up and the 0-1. Good pitch there. Had him a little out in front. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going.
You can definitely tell with that foul off right there that he's picking up spin on this pitcher's off-speed stuff. Maybe expect a fastball on this next one.
Smoked on the ground up the middle, and this is going to be through into center field for a base hit as the leadoff man's aboard in the 8th.
The leadoff hitter finds his way on base. Should be interesting to see the cat and mouse with the manager. Does he use the bunt right here? Do we put a little hit and run on? Do we go old school, new school, and just let him swing away? Should be interesting.
At the plate now, Charlie Blackmon, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. swing and a ground ball to third, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first down.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
Colton Welker will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Here's the 0-1. That one bends into the zone. A strike on the breaking ball.
Great pitch right there. That is a huge breaking ball. Not shocked he took it. Got to calibrate that one for a second.
And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away.
That's a big strike out there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
Quick check on that tying run at first, and he just manages to get his hand in. To the plate now, Raimel Tapia, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Runner goes for second. That's a strike to throw down. And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Rockies are down quietly. Our score remains 2-1. Julian Fernandez is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and that'll bring up the exciting Ozzie Albies.
The second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. Ronald Acuna is on deck. And this is taken here for ball 4. So the leadoff man's on base to kick off the home 8th.
Well, he's a youngster. You can see he's a little nervous out there. Some people call it butterflies, but to him it probably feels like pterodactyls are flying around in his gut. Going to be interesting to see if he can settle down here.
And now Ronald Acuna hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
And now the first pitch. Lifted into the air to shallow center. Giving chase is Tapia. He can't get there as it falls in. Now this is cut and thrown to first. And now he'll try and scurry back to first, but the throw rings him out to dry. Bad base running mistake there for out number 1. So stepping in is Freddie Freeman. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. First pitch on its way.
You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
Albies stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. A bouncer up the middle. And that is into center field as he comes through. It's a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Boy, that's a big RBI right there to give this team a 2-run cushion going into the late innings. And it always makes it easier on the opposing pitcher to know they have a 2-run lead.
Yeah, Leo Mazzoni always used to say, old pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves, solos won't kill us, guys. And he's absolutely right. You give yourself a 2-run lead, a solo homer's not gonna do too much damage.
He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. Popped him up. Crone has room in foul territory. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Now to bat, Eddie Rosario. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch of the AB now. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Hey, not too often we see this hitter come outside his game plan, outside the zone, but that pitch was just so tempting.
Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Pops this one up just beyond the infield on the right side. Rogers has it for out number 3. Braves get a couple of hits here in plate 1. All set to start the 9th in this one, and striding into the plate next will be Raimel Tapia.
Raimel Tapia.
Richard Rodriguez comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th. First offering on its way. The 1-0. Rodriguez, a former Pittsburgh Pirate, he came here by way of trade earlier this year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
This is on the ground over to first. Freeman's got it, and he'll take this to the bag himself. 1 gone here in the 9th. Braves are into their bullpen now as there are the final numbers for their starter, and he'll be very happy with how the day went.
Hey, what a great job of mixing speeds and mixing up his pitches. 2 hits allowed in this one. Dominant performance.
Stepping in now, number 9. As he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Into the corner and slicing foul. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
Oh, man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
So now to the plate, C.J. Cron. And here's a ball hit in the air. And it's a foul ball. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to their final strike of the afternoon.
Hey, you want someone sometimes to rattle the bat rack, but also the guy on the mound's got to eat too. They're executing their pitches out there. It's going to be tough to score some runs.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Last strike now for Colorado. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Man, we were treated to a nice pitcher's duel in this one. Both starters throwing strikes. They worked deep, and both were in command of the game. It really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun game to watch.
3-1 the final score this afternoon. Braves earned their 119th